Hello and welcome back to my Let's Challenge of Final Fantasy XIII. In the last episode, we started off Chapter 7 here in Polum, and we joined Lightning and Hope down here in the Nutriculture Complex as we are currently following the sign of, or working out where on earth we're going, using this fal'Cie just here, fal'Cie Kajata, Sanctum fal'Cie, to guide us on the way. Lightning has just told Hope that she believes his Operation Nora should end, and, well, Hope's not taking it too well. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to take on these Flan. We're obviously going to continue through this area. We're pretty close to the end of this section. Ow. The nice thing about Flanators, whilst obviously they are entirely frustrating, and indeed this battle will showcase their frustratingness oh so well, when they do get involved with healing each other, what they do, or do tend to do, is that they do tend to get so involved with healing each other that they do forget, or they don't end up attacking you nearly as much. But obviously with two of them trying to heal each other, it's equally, it's all the more annoying. Ow. So they are a nuisance, these Flanators, but ultimately they're not too bad. You can see that at this stage in the game they are doing a pretty decent amount of damage to us, but we should be able to stagger them relatively fast, and then once they're staggered, they tend to go down pretty fast. So we can launch this guy, do more damage than the healing does, and now we can just take out this final Flanator and continue to progress through this chapter. I believe we have another cutscene before the big ending section. I say big ending section because there's a rather large and impressive cutscene after this one after this section. So we'll continue to move along these pathways. We'll grab a warding talisman, which what does that do? Accessories. It increases curse resistance by 30%. So if you're noticing, we're getting a lot of things protecting us from curse, and as this game is not completely random and does indeed do things for a reason, I'm sure we'll find out why that is very soon. Another cutscene. What do we do now?
We're fal'Cie, taking time bombs, enemies of Cocoon. If we can't follow the plan, do we just lay down and die?
I didn't mean we should give up.
Then what battles do we fight? And against who? Tell me that!
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet?
That's right. I don't know yet. But I do know we can't lose hope.
Hope? There is no hope. Not fal'Cie.
There's you.
It's my name. Not who I am.
I was just like you. My parents died. I had to be strong for Sarah, so I thought I needed to forget my past. And I became Lightning. I thought that by changing my name, I could change who I was. I was just a kid. Lightning. It flashes bright, then fades away. It can't protect. It only destroys. Sarah tried to tell me, but I wouldn't listen. There you are. If you really are fal'Cie, it's my job to deal with you. Typical. I threatened her.
Sorry. Got held up.
Where have you been?
I'm really late, huh?
The only one who believed her was Snow.
Don't say it! Don't say his name. It brings everything back. I keep playing it in my head. What happened to her? And then I see his stupid face and he's smiling. How can he smile when she's dead? I know! There's nothing I can do about it. I hate knowing that no matter what happens, she's not coming back. When I was fighting, there was no time to think about it. It felt good just to give in. But now you start talking about hope. I'm sorry, I messed up.
It's my fault.
There we go. Hope and Lightning having a little heart-to-heart there. Obviously got another battle with some Flannisers, and then we should be pretty much done with this section.
Thanks.
There we go, we get Stagger. That should finish this guy off. There we go, lovely. We can take out the second one, nice and simple. 2, 3, 4. Lovely, there we go, down goes the fighter. We should have hopefully filled out the Flanator section of our data log. So we hit the switch. And we traverse this small little gap, and then we will be ready for the next big cutscene and the next big change there is in the story. So if I go to map, let me just check. Have I actually been everywhere? That says yes. Yes, I have. Good. So before we leave, let's just fill out our Crusaderia. Every little helps in this sense. What's next? Blizzard is good. We can see things are getting quite expensive now relative to how much we're actually able to move around our each of these wheels. Can actually get bang on 480. HP. So now we'll take the lift up and we'll have a very nice cutscene.
Talk to your dad.
What? Why?
Fighting without hope is no way to live. It's just a way to die. I want you to find the hope you were named for. Staying alive, I can help you with, but I can't give you hope if you go to see your father.
You think meeting my dad will make anything better? He's never listened to a word I've said. He'll never believe all this fal'Cie stuff. Snow believed Sarah, didn't he?
Yeah.
That does seem like a very impractical lift, given that there's no no handrails or anything like that, nothing to stop you from falling down.
In a recently convened emergency conference, the Sanctum announced that the fugitive fal'Cie has been located. The military plans to apprehend the fal'Cie and carry out a public execution. These images coming to you live from the scene in fal'Cie.
These are fal'Cie. Show no mercy. They aren't people. They're targets.
Start running. What? I'll keep him busy.
But
You survive. That's some crowd. Gonna need a plan.
Since when have heroes ever needed plans?
Bang.
Huh?
It's him!
Take us off! Yeah! Lightning! Whoa!
Take care of him.
Lightning, listen to me.
Get moving.
No, you don't understand. Sarah's all right. She'll turn back.
Take care of Hope.
Wait!
And then there were three.
They're here! Hold it! Gotta go.
So how you been?
One's down! Take cover! I got this one. Let's do this!
So here we have the first, obviously, of our snow Gestalt mode sections where we can play with Shiva and Shiva sisters on their rather impressive motorcycle.
Way to go.
Now, obviously, unfortunately, we still haven't actually finished off this Orion, so we're actually going to need to... I didn't mean to do that. This could be a very long battle now, actually. Because obviously the only thing I actually have to hit this guy is literally attack. Because we don't currently have hope in our team. That will obviously change, but normally I'm pretty sure what's meant to happen is obviously that you're meant to take out all of the enemies with your lovely... Actually, this is a dangerous thing. I got a summon here. So the reason I felt the need to summon there is obviously the thing is that we currently do not actually have obviously we don't actually have a healing a method to heal using using snow, and therefore we were actually in a big danger there because I wasn't sure that continually using potions would be a sensible way of going about that. Plus, this is going to speed up the battle entirely. You also get to see the Shiva summon, both the summon animation and the Gestalt animation. And we'll be able to finish off this Orion relatively fast, I would have thought. There you go, lovely. So down goes that Orion, and we complete that little battle.
What's up?
Where have you been?
I got taken in.
Wait, what?
Not by enemies. It was the cavalry, not Sanctum. Leader's name is Rains. He said he'd lend us fal'Cie a hand. So now, your hero is back.
Why would the army help us? That doesn't make sense.
The military's got all kinds. Not all of them like the Sanctum. Don't worry. I'll handle the bad guys. Come on.
So here we go. We now have Snow and Hope as our new team, and most important thing with these two, obviously, as you can see, Snow has a huge amount of CP for us to spend on him. And essentially all of his, almost all of his chains sort of will always be along the lines of two singular ones in a row, which obviously stand for the various chapters that he's actually missed because he's been, you know, obviously not actually a playable character for a while. So this is like, you know, chapters 4 or 5. And now we can start making our way around all of these. Being a good sentinel is essentially what Snow is really, really good at. You'll notice that he has crazy high amounts of HP, certainly compared to, say, Hope, who has in general the lowest amount of HP out of all the characters. So we'll continue to gain all of these lovely roll levels. So we actually max out our system, our Crystarium, using Snow here. We're going to quickly go to Paradigms. Building Block is very useful, and Lifeguard is essential. War and Peace, yes. We do want dual casting, and then the only other thing we can really have is Super Soldier. So Hope and Snow aren't a particularly good combination together. Essentially, they have their own sort of problems in that yeah, I really don't actually have anything particularly useful. Let's go Resist Curse, I think. And then some extra HP. Really regretting not getting rid of some of that.
Is that some kind of LaCie power?
Getting rid of the items on Saz and Vanille now, because they would have helped with this chapter. So yeah, so essentially, obviously you have that wonderful cutscene where Snow comes in and comes back. Obviously, that one's one of the better, one of the pre-rendered ones. So obviously has a huge amount more. Yeah, it just looks a hell of a lot better. It isn't rendered in. It isn't in the game engine, as it were. So we're going to get some new enemies here. We have the bombardier. The bombardiers here are particularly annoying, with some particularly devastating attacks. So we do definitely need to be watchful for them, and that's why I'm aiming to take these guys out first. Normally, obviously, I'd take out the Tranquifexes first. But here, I think the Bombardier is first priority. There we go, and now we can start taking out these Tranquifexes. You'll see that Snow essentially, he's a slightly better commander than Lightning, so he does more damage, but he's a far inferior Ravager. Doesn't get access to the vast majority of the elemental spells, so he obviously specialises in ice, as his name might suggest, but he really doesn't actually, not getting access to other elemental spells is really annoying. So let's just, so you'll have to be coping with Frost Strike and Blizzard for the vast majority of, you know, when you're using him as a com. Yeah, so obviously the issue with Snow and Hope really is that you don't get you have no Sab and you have no Sin. So, well, you have a Sin, but you have a defensive synergist at this stage in the game. And so that sort of does make it slightly... The battles are far more essentially just endurance tests, and you've just got to survive out the battles, get up all your buffs early on, and then just, you know, survive against the enemies and outlast them, rather than actually be able to speed up the battles, as it were. It's a little frustrating, but there you go. So we'll arrive up here, we've again got more soldiers to deal with. The whole of this section is really, we get a huge amount of new soldiers. We obviously meet some Psychom soldiers, such as the Scavenger just here, who, as you can see, is... So, as you can see, he casted Vigilance on himself there, and the reason for that is essentially, well, the reason that's obviously annoying is Sap actually does quite a lot. You do need to watch out for that. There we go, lovely. So just going to get some protection up here. Interesting that Hope goes for in water when you're aiming at the Pacifexes, but he actually goes for protect when you're aiming at the Psychom soldiers. The Psychom soldiers tend to not have elemental weaknesses. Essentially, they're just, you know, neutral to all elements. Whereas obviously these Guardian Corps soldiers obviously do have their weaknesses, their associated weaknesses. But still, we're able to get through this battle relatively nicely. These aren't the ones I'm really worried about. When we come up with more elite Psychom soldiers, that's when the battles get particularly frustrating. Especially because Hope is just so frail. You really do... This is really essentially an introduction chapter to the Sentinel role, getting back into using it, and realising how important the Sentinel role is in protecting characters like Hope, who really... are completely screwed without it. So we'll take out the Predator first. As you can see, it can cast Curse on us, which is a rather unfortunate. Curse is essentially the same as Vigilance, but the other way around, so rather than... Nope, we lost that. Oh, that's so annoying. Should take it out. Oh, there we go. Good. Down he goes. We need some protection here. And then we'll probably go to, we'll get bar waters on everyone and then start healing. There we go. But the worst things to fight in this team are definitely the Velacycles. So that Velacycle that I was talking about earlier, which I said would be a really difficult battle, and we ended up being able to stagger it before it could actually release its ultimate attack. Yeah, we're going to face lots more of those Velacycles later on in this chapter, and they are all really difficult battles. Lovely, get that stagger. So we should be pretty safe here just to continue in slash and burn, be able to take out the staggered enemies. Nail this guy. There we go. Lovely. That should be enough. Ah, well, beautiful. So yeah, essentially, I mean, there's nothing I dislike particularly about the team, it's just that the battles tend to be quite a lot slower than, I guess, the ones that we've previously been having. So anyway, as you can see, we've got an elite Psychom soldier there, being this Warlord. That's a great name for an enemy. And he is a big threat to us, and we really need to take care of these passive X's quickly, just to ensure that that Warlord won't be being any more of a nuisance to us. Lovely, well done. Don't need bar water, so don't worry about that. Slash and burn is actually better here, because we need to stabilise that stagger gauge before we can really utilise it. Soon have to heal. Just quickly Libra you. That was a weird Libra spell. Snow. So as you can see, he's now charging Mana Drive, which is rather worrying. Essentially, he can cast a number of elemental spells. I believe it's essentially the equivalent of casting like Thundara, Waterer, and Thera in a row. So that's, yeah, so not quite that. It was, I didn't quite see which the order was. There's a Blizzara, a Thundara, and a Thera there, essentially. So, second stage elemental spells, and lots of them. The other annoying thing about this enemy is that he's got so much health that essentially it's very difficult to get him down in one stagger. Indeed, we are not going to get him down in this stagger. We might not even do half health in this stagger, which isn't good. Go on, smite. Ah, you don't have smite. So essentially, you'll notice that a lightning learned an ability called smite at the start of the previous episode. Smite is really useful. It's essentially if you've got a launched if you have a launched staggered enemy, and you're coming to the end of that stagger, essentially you deliver a very high damage. You essentially slam the enemy to the floor, and does a huge amount of damage. There we go, get that stagger, lovely. So we should hopefully finish off this Warlord within the next 2 turns, I'd have thought. Maybe not. Two. Ah, there we go. We do get it within those turns. So you can see the Warlords take essentially 2 staggers, which is any enemy that takes 2 staggers or is particularly long to stagger is always just, especially just common enemies, so enemies that you just meet while walking around and not bosses. The bosses you expect to take more than a couple of staggers. So we'll head over these rather convenient ice paths. These huge ice paths as Hope has gone into just questioning himself mode. Anyway, so we'll come up to another big battle. Again, we've got to take out the bombardier first. I think actually I still need to lever you, annoyingly. Techniques, Libra. But thankfully, we do now have the protect up, so we should really be very much protected from. So you should get staggered, lovely, and now we can take you down. We'll just quickly go to War and Peace just to ensure that Hope doesn't suffer too much, and then we'll be able to just zip through most of these Tranquilfexes. Hopefully. Beautiful, beautifully done, lovely. So we take out all of those, we get this item. What is the item? So we get a paladin, which is another weapon for snow. I believe it's the best one. So yeah, so essentially the great thing about the paladin is that it's got improved guard. And essentially what improved guard does is that it improves Snow's abilities as a sentinel, and primarily you will be using Snow as a sentinel. Primarily, if you're in trouble against enemies and you need protection, you just bring in Snow and you have him soak up all the hits because he is so good at that with his massive with his just ridiculously high HP. So there's actually nothing for us to continue round with, actually, annoyingly, with Hope. So anyway, we'll head down here. Take out these guys. Preemptive? No. Ah, so close.
Nothing to worry about.
Do we know everything about you? No. Obviously we know it can cast vigilance, but aside from that we don't actually know anything about. I think we might have been too hasty with the stagger. I think it's just going to go down way too fast. Go away. So we'll swap, and there we go, lovely. That worked out nice. Ah, so close. take you out. Boom, boom. As soon as Hope will start attacking, we'll get some damage. There we go. 35. Stagger. Boom. Lovely. So we take out those guys. We can now continue to head over here. We've got another Warlord battle, and I think we're done within this little section. And as things are going, we'll do this battle, have the cutscene, and then I think we'll be done for this episode. The battles with Snow and Hope just tend to take that little bit longer. So, we want to take out the Predator first, because he can cast Curse on us, and that's not good. So obviously I do, thankfully, Snow does have that Curse Resistance item on him, which is helping out really a lot with these guys. So this should do away with the Predator. Lovely. Thank you for changing your attention. We need Hope to heal himself. So, whack, 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 whack. The annoying thing about the Warlord is that his attacks interrupt you even if you're, even if you're not, what's the word I'm saying? Even if you're not under the effects of Curse, which just kind of sucks. Am I going to get? No. That's actually going to hurt a lot. And then the other issue with Snow is obviously because he's got so much HP, actually going to heal him actually takes more turns than anyone else, because obviously you've got to heal a little bit more HP than anyone else. So we should get Stagger, and then we'll go to Slash and Burnt, and hopefully start whittling away at this guy's health. That's it, Hope. Bam. I do like how Snow's theme is playing throughout the entirety of this section. It's a nice little this character is being reintroduced, so we've got to really let you know, or, that he's back. Although obviously some people will be like, yeah, maybe we don't want to be happy that Snow's back. Come on. Yes, good. We interrupt that charging mana drive. Beautiful. We've done a lot of damage. Obviously been a lot more aggressive this time around, which has worked out rather well for us. So let's get some stabilization. Then Stagger. Yeah, he'll obviously go down within this Stagger, which is good. Might go down in this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
No problem.
Really nicely done, and now we can go to that cutscene and end this chapter. I believe there is an item located just behind us. Yeah. Insulated cabling, and I will head down here, get that cutscene. As we pop down out of all of the damage done by Snow's ice. There we go.
You've changed, haven't you? Seems like you've toughened up.
I'm a LaCie. I had to.
And the only ones that ought to be fighting the army are us dumb grown-ups.
You think it's stupid to fight?
It is if you get killed. Anyway, just lay low. Let the dummies duke it out. The army's no match for Nora, right?
He was smiling.
It's me. What's up?
You damn well know what's up. Why haven't you called in?
Sorry, slipped my mind.
Right. What's your status?
Great, great. Hope's great too. Are you all right?
I'm great, you're great, everybody's great. Reunion time. Figure out a rendezvous point. Don't sweat it. That line's hyper-encrypted.
Hey, sis. Is that you?
I'm not your sister.
This city's under our jurisdiction. We're the ones defending it. We should have a say in what's done to protect it.
Attention all units. Ignore all fire zone restrictions. Fire at will.
What?
Whatever it takes to kill the LaCie. Over.
Whatever it takes. You want to start a war in the streets? Civilians are still evacuating. The collateral we're talking about is unacceptable. You don't know what it's like out there.
You don't understand why we're here. Who you think it is? Terrified of pulse and begging us to kill the LaCie. It's not the Sanctum. It's not us. It's the people.
We'll meet at Hope's place. Felix Heights, 35A.
Right. See you there. Tell Fang hey.
Take care of Hope.
All over. I'll tell you more about Sarah when we meet up. I found that she can turn back. There's still hope.
Snow, listen to me. It's about Hope. His mother was...
It's me.
Hope? Hope! Answer me! Hope!
Yelling doesn't fix it. It's called interference. You can chit-chat when we get there. I've got point. You fall in behind. And see if you can't cool off that head of yours.
So now we have another new team. We have Fang, our first experience playing with Fang, and we also have Lightning. So, but we're not going to enjoy the company of these lovely ladies right now. We are going to call an end to this episode just here, and we will see these, and you hope you will join us in the next episode when we will continue to make our way through Chapter 7. I hope to see you then.